Nekomata. The best cat tyrant, the best at making funny cutscenes, and the best at being used as a barcode. Okay, maybe that's a bit too specific. But all of that isn't important for the gameplay. How does she fare damage-wise? Well, she may or may not be on the same tier as an A rank unit. That means you could be spending up to $200, lose your 50-50, and receive a unit that's worse than one you get for free. But is that really the case? In this video, I will be putting all of my resources I have available into Nekomata for 10 days to hopefully reach her full potential and judge for myself how good she really is. So without further ado, let's get into it, and if you like what you see, subscribe. Starting off at day 1, it's the release of Banyu, but instead of him, I'm stuck with this little rascal. We do our daily shenanigans like scratching cards, drinking coffee, and discussing hate crime with fellow brethren.
Hey, don't you like need to finish other units before you do a stupid challenge like this?
You. After all of that, it's time to set our priorities. Because as you can see, we are starting from as good as 0. We give this cat some temporary disk drives since there are better sets for her, and I decide as always to start off with farming for levels. Nekomata, her playstyle is fairly simple. Still, there are some specifics. Like, for example, the slide attack. It's meant to get behind enemies' back so that you can get the damage bonus from her signature W engine. And yes, I only realized this today. I feel so stupid. Or like that her X special attack doesn't move an inch towards the enemy like every other attack in the game, so you keep on missing it. It's fine. We'll talk more about how to optimize her damage later on. So after doing whatever this ritual is... we're dancing. I call it the catwalk. We end the day off with Nekomata being level 50. Actually, let's find the homies real quick. Where are the homies at? Oh, there the homie is. What's up, little bro? Actually, why are there cats? And also like half cats. How does that work? Because Nekomata's like a sentient cat and this cat is just a cat. That doesn't make any sense. Existential crisis aside, let's go and upside down T-pose on some enemies so we can get our Nekomata to level 60. Please tell me I have enough. I don't want to farm this anymore. Oh my god, I need so much more. 2, so we have 13, so we need like 7. 6? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, don't worry, I cringed as well. Anyway, after finally topping up our Nekomata to the max level, let's get into the core skills. And is it just me, or is being able to get a damage buff of 60% kind of insane? Like you just use a quick assist or a perfect dodge and boom, 60% extra damage for 6 seconds. Like, did I just see like 100k in there? Wait, did I really just see 100k in there? Because that would be crazy, that multiplier. At this point, I really wanted to know Nekomata's full potential, because this was shaping up to be something good. I was wondering if she would actually be able to clear the crazy endgame we had been receiving lately. But seeing more of said potential would have to wait, because I was yet again energyless after getting her core skill to C. Now, if you have a keen eye, you may have seen me level some of my skills. Well, that's because I had a huge backlog of physical chips. But what I realized halfway through is that I saved these up for Ye Shunguan. So from now on, Nekomata will keep her paws of any chip that wasn't farmed by her herself. Don't you dare touch my Ye Shunguan reserve ever again. Day 3. Let's lock in today and make some big progress. I used all of my weekly attempts and some extra batteries to farm Notorious Hunt. And while I do that, let's finally talk about the elephant in the room. This. A poll like this is often how I decide what my next video will be. But this poll may look a bit off. Yeah. Now, originally, I put the last one there as a joke and wasn't actually planning on making a video like that, but y'all were not playing around. So my question for you guys is, would you actually be interested in a series where I focus on a character and fix him up completely? I didn't think it would be that interesting, but hey, let me know in the comments. Anyway, after Nekomata, the backshot queen gives devious backshots to some of the enemies. I mean, why do you think she does more damage from the back? Let's start giving a good example and level up our core to level E. It's gonna stay there for the remainder of the 10 days because we still have a lot of other things to farm.
Are you still making the stupid video?
Why do I even hang out with you anymore? Let's finally answer the question you have all been thinking about. How does a cat beat this obscene beast that could probably only be loved by its own mother? Wait, how much HP did it have again? 161 million? Yeah, scratch that. His mother does not love him either. In order to beat this beast, we are going to have to play out of our mind. So let's get into how to Nekomata. The most important thing to do with Nekomata is wave dash. No, not that kind of wave dashing. This kind of wave dashing. This attack happens when you do a quick assist or a perfect dodge. Now, why is it so important? Like I said before, this gives you a 60% damage boost, which Nekomata really needs. Due to this, having a support unit that can force out a lot of quick assists is very good with Nekomata. For me, that's Astra. And for the last slot in your party, you want a stunner. That way you can do big bursts of damage. Dailin is definitely the best option here, but I'm going Caesar because I like her a lot. And I don't have Dailin, sadly enough. After forcing all the chips I farmed down Nekomata's throat, like seriously, how do these things even work? I'm not quite satisfied yet with my talent levels. While farming some more on day 5, here's the build I'm going for. 4-piece Woodpecker Electro and 2-piece Puffer Electro. And yes, the 2-piece Branch Blade and Song is also very good for Nekomata, but I'm going for the Puffer Electro for a couple of reasons. First of all, I have Evelyn her signature W engine, which will give me a lot of crit damage already. Secondly, all the enemies in endgame seem to have eaten an entire McDonald's establishment with how fat they've become. I mean, their defense is just insane. So having Puffer Electro will help me penetrate that defense. Oh, and my account can really use some good pieces of Puffer Electro since I have 0. On the end of day 5, these are my talent levels. And is stopping here a mistake? You'll find out later in the video. I do not want to hear it. From day 6 onwards, I would only farm disk drives. Now, I'm doing all of these 5 days in one session because I want to get this video out there before I have exams. And can we talk about that, by the way? ZZZ decides to drop the coolest update ever when I have to study for law exams. So yeah, if I fail hoyoverse, it's your fault. I'll sue. Well, I guess if I don't pass, I wouldn't know how to do that. Doesn't matter, I'll sue. That being said, goodbye batteries. Your use will not be in vain. Except it was, because what is this? I did a mix of farming Puffer Electro and Woodpecker Electro. And you wanna know for what set I got good pieces? The Inferno set. Thanks, ZZZ. At this point, we all know farming discs is just a way to get fodder for the music shop. And let me tell you, it pays off. Like, look at this Puffer Electro piece. It's pretty nice. This is the full build, and counting all the challenges I did like this, it is definitely one of the better ones. But that didn't help that much because this Shiyu defense was rough. The lower floors were already pretty tough in my opinion, but Nekomata was doing some banger damage. So everything was fine until we got to the last floor. Because despite Miyabi being able to clear her half in around 2 minutes, I was 30 seconds short of clearing with an S rank. Now, I wasn't planning on giving up this easily. Despite my Caesar being Mindscape 1 and having her signature weapon granting my Nekomata a massive damage boost, I opted to try Ju Fufu. She supplied me with more stun windows and more consistent ults, which resulted in me saving around 15 seconds of time. I was so close. I kept trying for hours, which was not easy by the way. Let me show you a rotation. So right before the stun, you ult with Astra, which lets you enhance quick assist with Nekomata. You chain attack into Astra, then chain attack into Nekomata, to then chain attack into Ju Fufu, which makes you able to do another enhanced quick assist with Nekomata. Oh yeah, by the way, I hope you use a quick assist with Nekomata before all of this, or you're missing out on a ton of damage. But we're not even done. You then want to use an EX special as you switch to Astra so you can quick assist again to reapply your core skill buff. Then after you ult, you want to EX special, reapply your core skill buff, and finally EX special to end the stun window. Perfecting the strat shaved off like 3 extra seconds, but I still wasn't clearing. And I just want to note, if I had Dailin, I would have cleared this so easily. So guess what? I'm cheating. I do not fucking care. It's personal now. I want to show that you do not need Dailin for this, okay? After 1 extra day of grinding, I upgraded my core skills and talents, as you can see here. And damn, this made a big difference. These numbers are pretty insane for a standard character in my opinion. I was doing like 1.5 million per ult, and then after only 1 attempt, this happened. Oh! Holy fuck, I did it! Wait 1 second. Oh, I'm never playing this character ever again in my life. That's right, you do not need Eileen to clear, but we're still not done. So while I beat Thrall, what do I think of Nekomata? Do I think she's bad because she wasn't able to clear within the initial challenge? It's kinda mixed. I want to admit, first of all, that if I spent my energy more wisely, it wouldn't have been an issue. I shouldn't have focused so hard on describes. Also, not having the Eileen was definitely a huge handicap. But at the same time, my Nekomata is also Mindscape 1, so that should compensate a little bit. So in my opinion, she's decent. I wouldn't be mad if they put her on the same tier as Soldier. Anyway, we got a score of around 16k. And I'm not gonna try and improve on that because playing a 12th day of Nekomata would be my 13th reason. See what I did there? I was like counting. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe.